Having a healthy compost requires keeping a proper balance of carbon to nitrogen materials, and while most people will use leftover food or food scraps for the nitrogen portion, there are many different options for the carbon side of things. A good rule of thumb is for determining if something is carbon or nitrogen rich is by its color. For example, if something is brown, there's a good chance that it's carbon rich, and if something is green, then there's a good chance it's nitrogen rich. Of course, you shouldn't follow this blindly. However, it's something to keep in mind, which is why today we're going to be looking at some of the most common carbon-rich items to use, as well as some tips on how to use them. The first one we're going to be looking at is yard waste. This is the most common source of carbon people use in their compost, this is composed of dead leaves, grass clippings, twigs, or really any yard waste that's dead. This is great during the fall when there's an abundance of leaves, which you can also store for later use. The second one we're going to be looking at is paper or paperboard. Paper is also very commonly composted, especially if it's shredded or soiled from something. While paper can also be recycled, we have an entire article over whether composting is better than recycling, which you can check out. And now the third and final material we'll be looking at is cardboard. A very common source of cardboard that's used in compost are pizza boxes. This is because pizza boxes are a very common use of cardboard, however, are many times coated with grease, leaving them non-recyclable. However, they can easily be composted, and so can most other cardboard items. Now some final tips. Firstly, you should always try to break anything you compost into smaller pieces, which will not only help your compost decompose faster, but it'll also help aerate your pile. Also, always be sure to maintain a 2-to-1 ratio of browns to greens in your compost so everything decomposes correctly and you can maintain a healthy compost. Please post any questions you have in the comment section below and any other brown materials that you've used in your compost. Happy composting!